things I know are true. The Lakers were in big trouble before Kobe lost his mind. Eli Manning should be taken before Robert Gallery. Nobody's paying to see an offensive tackle play. The winner of The Apprentice should consider the consequences before having the Donald's $1,000 cocktail. And I'm Tony Reale. Remember, it's just a $600 trip to the urinal 30 minutes after.
It's Around the Horn, the show of competitive banter. Here's Tony Reale.
Welcome back to the show of sound and fury signifying sports obsession. Today, Ben Gordon playing the lottery, Pedro Martinez skipping the Yankees, and our NFL schedule spectacular. All with our national crew. Let's check them out. At the Los Angeles Times, it's Bill Plaschke. Hey, Bill, we salute you. At the Denver Post, it's Woody Page.
Hello, Tony.
Hello, Woody. Very, very solemn today, I see.
Woody.
At the Chicago Sun-Times, it's Jay Mariotti.
Hi, Tony.
Hello, Jay.
I love the energy
At
here.
the Boston Globe, it's Michael Holley.
Michael Holley, I'm Rick James.
Whoa, whoa. Let's keep that. At least he's got some energy. All right, guys, let's make it happen.
It's the first word.
And the first words are soap opera. On Sunday, Kobe wouldn't shoot, and the media speculated he was pouting. On Monday, an unnamed Laker teammate ripped him in the LA Times. Before Tuesday's game with Golden State, Kobe went on a pregame show to say every one of his teammates denied ripping him. And then Tuesday night, basketball's most complicated superstar poured in 45 as the Lakers came back to beat the Warriors. These are the days of their lives. Guys, has the last 4 days of Kobe-itis change the way you feel about the Lakers' playoff chances? Around the Horn to Bill Plaschke.
No, it does not. I thought they were going to win it all, and I still think they're going to win it all. I've seen this team go 18-3 to start the season. I've seen them win 11 in a row just a couple weeks ago. I've seen them demoralize virtually every team in this league at one point or another, home and away. They are still the best team, and I also saw 2 years ago similar turmoil. Kobe Bryant got married the last week of the season. All heck's breaking loose, and what happens? They win 15-16 in the playoffs, win the championship. It can happen. It will happen.
We've all seen Phil Jackson teams have turmoil, Plaschke, but not turmoil, dysfunction like this, so close to the eve of the playoffs here. You've got Kobe. We have no idea what you're getting night after night from Kobe. We have no idea if he's going to have to leave the team and go to Colorado for a court date. We have no idea what Karl Malone's health is going to be. We have no idea what frame of mind Shaq's going to be in. We have no idea if Gary Payton's going to go fight the opposing coach out by the Logan guy. It's out of control right now, more than it ever has been with the Phil team.
I would love to go with you, Jay, because you know you're right about everything, Mr. Perfect.
You're right.
But I have got to agree with Bill Plaschke. He knows what he's talking about here. He is so far in the trees.
All right, get to it already.
He can see the forest on this issue. Kobe not only is going to lead the Lakers to the championship with Malone, with Payton, with Shaq. That's the best four in the playoffs. He's going to lead them. He's going to be named the MVP. He's going to turn it on. This is going to energize him, what's happened in the last 4 days.
Woody.
Hasn't changed my opinion. It's strengthened my opinion.
Woody, you disappoint me. I show you around Augusta National. I show you the ropes, and this is the kind of commentary you give me. Give me a break. What do we have to do to acknowledge Tim Duncan as the difference maker in the playoffs? Not the Lakers. It doesn't change anything. Why are we looking at it from the Lakers' perspective? Maybe it's a West Coast bias on this program. Tim Duncan, defending champion, best player in basketball, with Kevin Garnett. The Lakers are the fourth best team in the Western Conference. They had a statement to make against the Sacramento Kings last week. What did they do? They cowered. They cowered. They are not ready to win the championship no matter what Kobe does.
Do not forget, why did Malone and Payton come to the Lakers? Not for the last 6 months, but for the next month. Absolutely. They are both going to be on their game. This is what it's all about. All this other stuff doesn't matter now.
Okay, Mariotti.
What do you mean they're both going to be on their game? We haven't seen these guys mesh together yet because of all of these distractions. Kobe, this, that. It's too much of a mess. San Antonio has meshed. Minnesota has meshed. We're looking for teams that don't have one.
You guys are missing one important issue.
What's
Holly,
that?
they are not the fourth best team in the conference, and you only have to go 7 deep in the playoffs, and the Lakers can do that.
How have their problems changed from last year? Age was a problem, and lack of speed was a problem, and lack of depth. They don't have depth anymore.
I read the LA Times today, J.A. Adani said he doesn't think they're getting in the second round because they've been coming from behind so often, and you can't do that in the playoffs. Let's move on. He's 6'7", he's 320 pounds, and he runs the 40 in under 5 seconds. Offensive lineman Robert Gallery very well may be the very first pick in this year's NFL draft, with some prognosticators predicting that the All-American from Iowa will go no lower than number 2. Gallery has set his sights a bit higher. My goal? I want to be the first pick, he said. Guys, should the Chargers make Robert Gallery the first pick in this next week's NFL draft? Around the horn to Woody Page.
Now, let's be very sensible about this, guys. Let me mention some names to you. Jim Plunkett, Drew Bledsoe, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Terry Bradshaw. I can go on and on of number 1 picks that were quarterbacks that went to the Super Bowl, won Super Bowls. You give me in return a Ron Yeri, an Orlando Pace. Come on, give me a break. Here's the other point about Gallery. He plays too tall. All defensive linemen are going to be able to get under him. He is too tall, guys.
Oh, Woody,
I don't think it's a problem for Jonathan Ogden or some other offensive lineman. Go ahead, Michael.
Let me correct you, first of all. Drew Bledsoe's been to the Super Bowl. He has not won a Super Bowl. Jonathan Ogden is 6'8" and one of the best left tackles in football. Why wouldn't you draft a guy who is rated one of the best players in the game? Look, if Eli Manning were special, no one said he's special. No one has said he is can't miss. No one said he's brother. We are judging him based on his last name and his father.
It's true.
You know, no one, if he were that special, we wouldn't be having this discussion. 2 guys have been drafted number 1 overall at left tackle. Orlando Pace, who's won a Super Bowl, and Ron Yeri, who's in the Hall of Fame. Go with Robert Gallery.
You know what? Right now, Michael, the Chargers are known as the team that traded away Michael Vick. You don't want that distinction right now. You've got to go after a sure thing here. Look, an offensive lineman, this guy may be great for 10 years, but the quarterback has the ball in his hands every play. Still the most important position on any football team. You need good PR. You need Eli, because if they don't draft Eli, they're going to go down as the team that didn't take Eli and traded away Vick, and then they're going to have a real PR mess.
All right,
Drew Brees is their quarterback.
Here's a stat you all wished you had, but I have right here. In the Super Bowl era, 2 tackles have been drafted, combined for 1 world championship. 13 quarterbacks drafted first, combined for 9 world championships.
Very good.
I'll take those percentages. Also, the fact that video clip we just showed, I didn't know which one Gallery was. You can't draft a guy who, in watching a video clip, you can't tell who he is. You need quarterbacks. It's also a business. He sells tickets.
Guys, let's look at recent history, though. The quarterbacks that have played in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady, a 6th-round draft pick, Michael Holley.
Hey, you don't know who he is, Bill Plash, because you don't have the NFL in Los Angeles, and you don't follow Michael Vick is not in this draft. Peyton Manning is not in this draft. If they were, maybe we'd have a different discussion.
All right,
Michael,
go ahead, Paige.
I want to make 2 points. One, if they do draft Gallery, they will end up having a team in Los Angeles because this team will be moved. And number 2,
very good point.
Offensive linemen are found. They're not born. You go to the 6th and 7th round choices, you find offensive linemen all over the place.
Yeah, like Anthony Munoz, right?
Orlando Pace, 1997. Who would you rather have? Orlando Pace or maybe
all right. I'll give you a point for that. But
later.
You can throw anybody's name. Tony Mandrich, okay, he was a flop. There are flops. There are good picks all the time. Russ Holstein won a Super Bowl at the offensive line for the Patriots last year.
Thank you.
Guys get put in places all the time. Who knows if they're going to be good? I'm going to take Eli Manning. That's just me. More guys in a minute. Because coming up,
getting smarter.
America can't get enough of Michael Vick. But does the NFL schedule merit a 2-hour TV breakdown? What? Is Barry Bonds receiving unfair treatment from guys like us? A guy like us said so. Time for a Sports Writers Smackdown. Logo.
Buy or sell?
All right, buy or sell time. Let's see what we got. Leading off, we interrupt regular programming to report that Barry Bonds is 3rd on the all-time home run list. He put 661 in the Bay last night against Milwaukee. Regrettably, but inevitably, Barry talk not only includes marvel about his prowess, but also speculation about performance enhancers. Stephen A. Smith doesn't like this one bit. Where was everyone in '98 when Mark McGwire forgot to stuff the dietary supplement Andro in a drawer instead of leaving it out for a reporter in his spot? Where was the uproar when he was exposed as a steroid user? Guys, buy or sell Stephen A. Smith's analysis of the Bonds-McGwire situation. Plaschke.
I was in that Cardinal locker room in 1998, and Andro was legal then and used in many sports. You could buy it down at the corner drugstore. Number 2, there was no big steroid scandal or steroids investigation going on back then. We just didn't know.
Woody Page.
You selling or buying, Bill?
Very well done, Woody.
I
Good
am
job.
selling
Well, make
this.
up your mind.
I'm selling this because we can't go back to 1998. We can't go back and analyze Babe Ruth. We can't go back and talk about Hank Aaron. This is today. We have more knowledge about steroids. There's a federal investigation going on, and if it quacks like a duck and its bill has gotten smaller, you know that something's going on.
All right. I don't know what that means, but Mariotti, go ahead.
But I've got to sell, too, not only a federal probe, but involving his personal trainer, a guy in the locker room every day, Barry Bonds. Plus, it's in the Bay Area. Victor Conti, Bonds is connected to these people. McGuire, these guys are correct, Tony. I was in the same clubhouse. It was right there. It was legal in baseball. No federal probe attached to McGuire.
All right, Michael Holley.
Well, I'm going to buy his central point, which is that Barry Bonds is being convicted based on suspicion and based on speculation that is unfair. He is a 6-time MVP. He's an 8-time Gold Glover. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the suspicion. Now, as far as Mark McGuire, it's not a fair comparison because the world has changed. As these guys have said, the world's changed since 1998.
Let's move on. UConn guard Ben Gordon has announced he will forego his senior year and make himself eligible for the NBA draft. Gordon's 18.5 points a game this season and 21 per in the tournament were a large reason the Huskies won the national title. Quote, I've answered all the questions, now I want to go to the next level, Gordon said. Buy or sell Ben Gordon as a lottery pick. That means top 13, Woody, in this year's draft. Woody Page.
I'm selling. He's going to go 5, 10, 15 to the Denver Nuggets. They're looking for an athletic guard who can shoot and has some quickness. Gordon fills that bill. He is not a lottery pick. He's just on the outskirts.
Mariotti.
No, I'm buying because the lottery goes to 13. He's a double-digit lottery guy, Tony. He's not as good as a kid, a high school kid. Sean Livingston, Peoria, Illinois, will be the first guard taken.
All right, Holly.
I'm going to sell this. I think he's going to be a very good player, maybe somewhere 17 to 20 because he's 6'3", and he's not a true shooting guard. He's a combo guard, and you don't have to take those guys in the lottery.
He's going to have to learn the point maybe, though. Flash.
I'm going to buy this because history has shown the general managers will overdraft on players who are on the NCAA championship teams because it helps sell tickets to their fans.
Better question is his former teammate, the freshman Villanueva, not even starting on UConn, thinking about going pro. Stay in school. Let's move on. You never expected him to be on the shuffleboard court at Del Boca Vista, but retirement was a viable option for Roger Clemens. Instead, the 41-year-old is mowing down National League batters like Marlon Brando mows down the buffet line at the early bird. Rocket allowed 1 run and 2 hits versus the Cards on Tuesday, and now the future Hall of Famer is 2-0 with a .66 ERA as an Astro. Woo! Buy or sell Roger Clemens winning the National League Cy Young Award this year. Jay Mariotti.
I'm going to sell not because I'm not impressed. This is blowing me away here at 41. But, Tony, he is 41. You followed the Yankees. He was inconsistent the last couple years. The guy who's going to do it is Josh Beckett. He's already on fire, coming off the momentum of Game 6 last year. Beckett, Cy Young.
Michael Holley.
Oh, I hate to be repeat, but I'm going to sell Clemens and go with Beckett as well. He's on a better team. He went into Yankee Stadium last year and impressed the heck out of me and a lot of people. Josh Beckett's the guy.
Flash.
I hate doing this, but I agree with those two guys.
Whoa,
Josh Beckett's the guy. Everybody,
and
I'm really amazed. Everybody, the Florida Marlins are the best team in the league right now. They may be the best team in baseball right now, and everybody's still ignoring them.
Woody Page.
I have to always straighten you guys out. First of all, Clemens is playing. I got to sell this. Clemens is playing at a hitter's ballpark. He is too old. You're talking about the Marlins. Dontrell Willis probably has a better chance than Josh Beckett. The guy is Kerry Wood. He's got to carry that team while Pryor's out. He's going to step up and do the job. He is your Cy Young guy.
Gaylord Perry did win a Cy Young Award at 40, though, Jay Mariotti. So 40-year-olds can get it done. Let's move on.
Wow.
Not only does it rain on the Red Sox in October, it rains on meaningless April games against the Orioles, too. Tuesday's postponement means Terry Francona can realign his pitching rotation for the upcoming 4-game series against the Yankees, and he is, but only for 4 of his starters. End result, Pedro will pitch Thursday against Baltimore and not in this weekend's wraparound set versus the Yanks. Buy or sell Terry Francona keeping Pedro out of the upcoming series against the Yankees. Ollie.
I'm going to buy this, Tony. I know you like stats, so I'm going to give you some. The Yankees and Red Sox are going to play each other evenly. The division is not going to be won here. It's going to be won with the other teams. Last year, the Yankees were 17 games over 500 against Toronto, Tampa Bay, and Baltimore. The Red Sox were 8 games over 500. They have to do better against Baltimore, Toronto, and Tampa Bay.
Lasky.
Yes, in fact, I'm buying this. Pedro Martinez is the kind of guy, he's frail enough, you don't want to mess with his arm, and you don't want to send a message to your team that the Yankees are already in your head so much that you're moving your ace around. Too early for that.
Woody Page.
No, you've got to sell this. You want to put Pedro in the mound.
Right.
You want to go right after the Yankees. You want to show them right away that you're not going to take anything from them. You are going to put Pedro out there. Once again, bring on Don Zimmer. Bring it
All
back.
right.
You know why that you do this? Number one, Pedro he's not pitching that well right now. Number one.
Not?
Number two, what you send a message here is, I'm going to beat you with Bronson Arroyo. I don't know who he is, but go out and do this. If you win the series against Pedro,
homework.
you get in their heads that
19 games against the Yankees. I want Schilling and Pedro pitching 12 of them at least combined. Come on. All right, elimination time. Bill Flashkey, you're the low man. Any last words?
Yeah, I've got to go feed the steroid ducks. Excuse me.
Steroid duck. What was that all about? Guys, stay seated because coming up, figure the Patriots will make the playoffs, but do you care what order they play the 16 games before the first round? Ed, please. It's around the horn. We're after 2 rounds. Here's how they stand. Woody Page is 27. Jay Mariotti is 26. Michael Holly is 25. And Bill Flashkey was just selected ahead of Eli Manning.
Right now, it's out of bounds.
Leading off, the NFL will announce their 2004 schedule and a 2-hour broadcast exclusively on the NFL Network this afternoon. Here are a few nuggets our Around the Horn newsroom has been able to gather up. The Patriots will play the teams in the AFC East. Cowboys will play on Thanksgiving. Michael Vick will take on the Panthers at some point in the season, maybe even twice. Guys, is the announcement of this NFL schedule worthy of a 2-hour broadcast? Around the Horn, Jay Mariotti.
Well, why not? What else? It's April. What are you going to do? Dick Butkus films blood running out of his nose?
That's good.
2003 Houston Texans reruns. I mean, they got to run something here. Actually, Tony, in Chicago, people get geared up with the W's and the L's. They make their road trips to wherever. I mean, it's not a bad idea for a network that really has nothing else to put on the air right now.
You're the only person I know that would watch it. I would watch NFL films for John Facenda.
Yes.
It's a cold day in Green Bay.
boy.
I don't want to listen to somebody reading the NFL schedule, and I already have it here. On October 24th on Sunday, Buffalo's at Miami, New England, Baltimore,
Are you
Jets
sure?
at Cincinnati. How exciting
Woody,
is that?
Is that true?
Woody, you got to take the long view once again. You got to take advantage of the popularity of the NFL. It's the league that is able to broadcast its draft over 2 days and people watch it. It's just the draft. You can watch it in 5 minutes. Right now, people are doing whatever we all do. We look at these schedules. Woody, we look at our schedules and we say who's going to beat whom. It's a good matchup. It's an opportunity to talk about the draft. Positioning, it's a good thing.
There's a journalistic issue here. Peter King of Sports Illustrated, he's mad because he doesn't have it, and Chris Mortensen can't have it. So what? It's just a schedule. I'm going to watch
It's going to come in. Woody Page, last word.
Mariotti. It's just the schedule. Don't put it on TV. You can go online and get it in a minute and a half.
Let's move on, guys. I think we spent enough time on that. Nothing like some austerity during a jobless recovery. The winner of NBC's The Apprentice will reportedly enjoy a ceremonial cocktail worth $1,000 courtesy of the Donald. In another tale of restraint, Mets catcher Mike Piazza. The New York Post reports that Piazza will drop a $500,000 engagement ring on his fiancée. Guys, which is a more disgusting waste of money? A cocktail worth $1,000 or a $500,000 engagement ring? Michael Holly.
Disgusting is the right word. It's $500,000 on an engagement ring.
Ooh.
When did a declaration of love become about the size of the rock? Mike, let me tell you something. If the woman needs a $500,000 ring, you don't want to be with her in the first place. And the diamond companies and the jewelers made a cottage industry out of expensive rings. It was never supposed to be about that. You could put a ring on someone's finger, tell them you love them, you're committed to them, and be with them forever, and save about $450,000.
Well, I can tell you, the women of Boston, then you won't have to worry about them bothering
Women around
you
the world,
because it's all about the money here.
Women around the world,
actually,
baby.
this is a cheapskate ring. Kobe Bryant's makeup ring last fall to his wife was $4 million. This one is 8 times less than that, so Piazza's a cheapskate. Also, in regard to the cocktail,
once again,
a $1,000 cocktail, I could buy one shot for $2 and have more impact than a $1,000 cocktail. That's the way.
All right, go ahead, Woody.
You should buy several shots. Take care of yourself.
Let's drink right now.
Here's the point. As a person who has bought several engagement rings, I think I can speak with expertise on this. He doesn't have to spend $500,000. If she loves him at any price. And the fact of the matter is, he's just going to blow that money because a couple of years from now, it's going to be gone.
How many times have you been married, Woody?
Woody, how many times have you been married?
3, 4, 5.
Okay,
3.
whatever that's.
3.
Michael Ollie, we're going to tell all the ladies around the world that you're available. You're available right now because you're the low man and you're out. Last word.
Hey, I'm about to find a woman who doesn't need the bling,
Yeah,
baby.
good for you. We'll see you tomorrow. All right,
Goodbye,
guys, here's
Scott.
why we do it. Woody Page, Jay Mariotti in Showdown next. Coming up. You don't have to love Uma or sword fights to love Uma whipping a saber around. See it with someone you care about.
Around the Horn, brought to you by Schick Quattro. 4 blades and 2 conditioning strips for an incredibly close shave.
All right, showdown time. A battle between Jay Mariotti and Woody Page. Let's get right to it. Leading off, the Mavs beat the Grizzlies Tuesday night to lock up the 5th seed in the Western Conference. Memphis has lost 5 of 6 and will be the number 6 seed. Which team would you rather play in the first round of the playoffs, Dallas or Memphis? 15 seconds, Woody, go.
It's definitely Dallas. Dallas has been so inconsistent this year because Mark Cuban overdid that team. He is totally devastated. Whatever togetherness they had, this is going to be a team that disappears in the first round.
I can't believe it. Woody Page going against his hometown team, Memphis. Come on, have some loyalty, Woody. At least Dallas has had experience in the playoffs. First go-around for Memphis. Who's their go-to guy? Gasol? I mean, he's skinnier than you are, and you're a thin guy, Paige. I don't like what I see Memphis as a playoff
Mavericks
team.
have a history in the playoffs. They have a bad history. Grizzlies have never lost in the playoffs. And nice prop there, Woody Page. Point for you. Let's move on. Larry Ellison fished Barry Bonds' 661st home run ball out of McCovey Cove one night after he snared the ball that tied Willie Mays' mark. Meanwhile, Nets head coach Larry Frank will reportedly be back next season regardless of how the Nets do in the playoffs. Hey, boys, who's the luckier Larry, Ellison or Frank? 15 seconds, Mariotti.
Well, I think the fan, Larry Ellison. This is not the Oracle guy either. This is just the fan out there. First night did a nice deed for Bonds, gives him the ball, doesn't put it on eBay. Second night, incredible luck, gets the ball again. He's going to keep it. It's a great fan story as far as I'm concerned.
Help me out here. Who is luckier? A guy that takes over a team that was in the NBA Finals the last 2 years, has a 13-0 run, or a guy that has to sit in a boat all night and wait for a ball and dive in the water? That's not lucky. That is stupid.
Woody wins. 15 seconds of yours. Go.
Everybody's missing out on the best time in sports right now, and I'm talking about the NHL Finals. NHL playoffs. All the series are 2-1 and nobody's caring. Nobody's watching. It is great hockey. Do yourself a favor, at least watch one game.
That's it. 23.5-hour break. See you Thursday around the Horn. Woody Page. NHL?
But you know what?
Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, I told you the Mavs would win last night. They won. I want some DAP.
I'm Tony Kornheiser and Wilbon. I think I speak for the rest of America when I say I'm really getting tired of you.
You don't want to give me DAP?
Just
But
so
all you want to say
tired
is, I believe I had that
asking
one.
for
I believe
DAP.
I had that one. I win. I win. Beat down. I believe I had that one. That sound like anybody you know?
Sick. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, we'll talk about dopes on kayaks, Bill's obsession with his green jacket, and Gary Payton's parking lot run-in with UV Brown.
What?
And we're not kidding about that. We begin today as we began yesterday with Barry Bonds, who had another home run last night and stands at 661 now. The next big number for Bonds is 714, but the real big number is 755. And Wilbon, I'd put it to you this way. Is Barry Bonds more likely to pass Hank Aaron and end in glory, or more likely to be disgraced by some positive link to steroid use?
Well, you know how I feel about this. If somebody has some evidence, come forward with it.
Well, they may in time.
They may do a lot of things in time.
Right.
But here's what we know so far. 3 people have, I guess, retired from baseball in some sort of disgrace. Shoeless Joe, Pete Rose, and I guess you could say Jose Canseco on some level. Maybe
Foolishness, not
okay,
disgrace.
Okay,
Foolishness.
fine. I do not believe Barry Bonds will join the list. I don't know Barry. I haven't covered him. I'm not around baseball every day. My whole point is this about steroids, evidence. If people have something they want to bring forward as evidence, fine. Until then, I don't consider it.
This trial has not yet happened yet, the Balco trial. It's possible grand jury...
Remember, the players themselves are not on trial.
I understand that. But testimony could be introduced. We don't know.
Yes.
Could be introduced, could be linked, linking Barry Bonds with this. My own feeling is if he gets to 756, they're going to have a picture of him with a needle in his arm.
That's right.
Because 756, now I don't care how many were on steroids, it means 500 of them weren't. I mean, it is an unbelievable, awesome number. So I think the odds are better. If he beats Aaron, and I think he could beat Aaron, then it won't matter what he did. The bad thing is this.
What?
So many people have hit so many home runs in the last 10 years.
The home run itself is devalued? Is that what you're saying?
On some level, he hasn't separated himself the way Ruth separated himself from the people of his era.
Chicks dig the long ball. Okay, the odds of Barry Bonds hitting number 661 the day after he hit 660 couldn't have been higher than both baseballs being retrieved by the same guy in a kayak. Tony, we praised him yesterday for giving 660 back to Bonds instead of putting the thing on eBay. But after falling out of the kayak into the drink to get 661, Ellison says he's keeping this one. Tony, is he being a hypocrite, or are you okay with keeping the second baseball?
Barry Bonds said 660 was the big one to him, not 661.
Said he would keep that baseball on his depth forever.
Yeah, so to me, what this guy Ellison does is fine. I mean, he runs the risk. He goes out there in a kayak. He's completely Meshuggah. He can't see the game. Meshuggah, look it up.
Meshuggah?
Meshuggah.
Is he related to Burt Sugar?
No, that's funny. He's completely nuts. He sits there, he freezes to death, he goes over the side. If he wants to sell this for 10 grand or keep it forever, fine. Via con Dios. I don't care. The guy's nuts.
You had a lot of languages in that segment.
Yeah.
In that one answer.
Yeah.
He sits in a kayak in the sun. How bad could it be?
He's not in the sun at night, is he?
Well, the first one, 660, was in the day.
The consensus #1 high school basketball player is Dwight Howard from Atlanta. He's 6'10", he weighs 225 pounds, and today he declared his intention to go straight to the NBA. There are a lot of people who think this kid will be picked first overall, and certainly that worked out picking LeBron James first. I don't think you would take Dwight Howard with the #1 pick. I think you'd take Okafor.
That's right.
But do you think that the GMs will take Okafor? Do you think somebody out there will take this kid one?
Tony, the weekend that I was in, where was I? Texas, San Antonio for the Final Four. All the scouts were there. There was said to be like 100 NBA personnel scouts there. They didn't come to the Final Four. You know where they went? To the Nike Hoop Summit to see the high school kids from America versus the just out of high school kids from elsewhere in the world. And so, no, apparently many of them, if not all of them, would take this kid first, Howard from Georgia, particularly Atlanta, who for some reason sees him perhaps as LeBron, a local kid who could fill the seats. Would I take a high school kid first? No.
You could end up with Kwame Brown, who hasn't worked out at all. But most of the big kids, you have to wait 3 or 4 years. You could end up with Jermaine O'Neal, who really did work out, who's a big kid like this kid.
5 years, let's see, the rip is not on the kids. They're going to college somewhere. It's just the University of the Wizards or the University of the Bulls. It's going to take them 3 years.
Here's the problem that I have picking him one, especially big kids who aren't ready to play right away. LeBron was ready to play right away.
Yes, he was.
The problem is, what are you doing for your paying customers?
Nothing.
Don't you have an obligation to get good as quickly as you can get good?
Yeah.
You're charging season ticket prices here for a kid who's not ready next season.
Pay us now, we'll deliver in 3 years. That's absurd. Allen Iverson missed the final 11 games of the season with a knee injury and did not watch the games from the bench either. But he did show up yesterday for the team's year-end meeting.
Well, that's nice of him.
Iverson reiterated to club president Billy King he wants to remain with the 76ers, that he does not want to be traded. Tony Iverson missed, however, a total of 33 games this season. His team did not make the playoffs 1 year after losing in the first round of the playoffs. He's about to turn 29, so wouldn't you think seriously about trading him when you add all this up?
I know the way you phrase that means you would think seriously about trading for him. Now, if I could get Kobe Bryant even up for him, if I could get Tracy McGrady even up for him, and that might happen
because he's coming up to an option year.
And the Orlando Magic has apparently said if he doesn't want to remain with the team, they would think about trading him. But in 95% of the time, in those rare cases, most of the rare cases when a superstar is traded, the team does not get equal value back.
I agree. And isn't the case with, say, Charles Barkley, a fairly recent guy, the Sixers did not recover from trading Charles.
And if you trade Allen Iverson away, he is a guy who puts the fannies in the seats. And if you get a bad team that doesn't make the playoffs and then people begin to exit from the arena, that is a lose-lose for you.
Lose-lose,
so I'm not
especially in a place like Philly where they have packed it to see him. But I got a trade for you.
Go ahead.
I'm going to propose.
You always have trades.
I got to have it. That's what we do here.
You're Meshuggah.
The Washington Wizards, okay, who have cap room and a #1 draft choice, a high pick, could be 2, 3, could be 1. Trade him and Gilbert Arenas to the Sixers for Allen Iverson. How you like that trade?
If I were the Wizards, I might make that trade only because he will put people in the seats because he went to Georgetown and he's a local favorite.
Yes.
But I wouldn't want to make that trade. I don't think you give up a great player. He has had 1 year in which he has been injury-plagued, only one. He plays as hard or harder than anyone else.
Tony. He plays so hard, he gets injured.
You know what I would do?
What?
I would trade Chris Ford, which is going to happen anyway, and then I would worry about bringing Allen Iverson back. The 2004 NFL schedule came out today, and no, we're not going to go game by game for you.
We're not?
As much as Wilbon would say that we're not going to do it. But notably, the NFL has scheduled games on Christmas Eve in the late afternoon and again on Christmas Day with a 5 o'clock start and an 8:30 p.m. start. Now, Wilbon, what is your advice for the homemakers of America as they prepare for the day of games with their mishpucha, not the meshuggah?
I don't know what that means exactly, but in my own language, I would say...
We are family.
Serve.
I got all my sisters with me.
Oh, that's good to hear. Okay, serve early.
Yeah?
That's what I'll say.
Serve early, serve often?
Serve often. That's what I would be saying. Dinner, usually starts at 4:30, so start it at 1:30. What's the problem
now,
here? People are going to watch these games. They're going to watch them big time. You're in house. And you know what happens after a while? You open some presents. You have the breakfast, Christmas breakfast. Then you're tired of family. You want everybody out anyway,
now,
so go watch the game.
What happens if people want to sit around a table and be religious and say a lot of prayers? What would you say if they were interrupting the play-by-play?
I don't know what would happen in a lot of houses.
But in your
I know
house,
in my house they would say, hey, shut up with the grace. We're in the red zone.
That's right.
That's what one of my uncles would say, or my cousins in my house.
The only effect on me is I watch an earlier movie in the afternoon, earlier Chinese food in the afternoon, and I sit down, bang, zoom, ready to watch the games. Bang, zoom, the key phrase, to the moon. We're taking a break. When we come back, with the playoffs set to start, can the Lakers rely on Kobe Bryant? And later, Phil finally got to put on a green jacket. Now will he ever take the thing off?
Got to. It's hideous.
Yeah.
Take it off, Phil.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by Guinness Draft Stout. Drink responsibly. Brilliant. And in part by TGI Fridays, who reminds you to try their 9 delicious Atkins-approved menu items.
It's the last night of the NBA's regular season, so it's time to welcome our good friend and new father, David Aldridge, to talk about that. And, of course, to make fun of Wilbon. Let us start with the Minnesota Timberwolves. They can lock up the #1 seed tonight, I believe. What chance do you give them of going all the way?
I think they have a great chance, Tony. The Timberwolves and Spurs have played the best defense in the league this season, I think, consistently. They've been a great defensive team. They've got players who've won in the playoffs before, Cassell, Sprewell, to help Garnett get through the postseason.
They have never. Garnett has never won a playoff series.
That's why they went out and got Cassell and got Sprewell for the playoffs, because these guys have gone deep in the playoffs. They've both been in finals before. Garnett needs that help. He's got it now. I think Minnesota's got a great shot at getting through.
Tony's going a whole question without asking about the Lakers, so I'll jump in there. Kobe scored 45 last night after refusing to shoot the ball in the previous game. What in the world is going on, David, and what can the Lakers expect of Kobe Bryant when the playoffs begin?
Can't you feel the love in Lakerland? It's just
Sleeping out.
It is unbelievable. This season, and even by Laker standards, this season has been off the charts goofy, and it's going to be that way throughout the playoffs. Kobe now demanding to know who talked to the LA Times on Monday when none of his players will give it up. I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to mention them here. This team is just dysfunctional. It's just going to be dysfunctional all season long. Their only chance is when they play defense. They play defense about every 3 games, and that's not good enough in the playoffs. So they're going to have problems.
They've been dysfunctional before.
Yeah,
and they have won before. So you count them out?
No, I don't count unless they commit to defense, which again they only did once in a while during the regular season. Most of the time they were kind of indifferent about defense. Like last night, they give up 104 points to the Golden State Warriors, which is absurd. You have to play defense every night in the playoffs. Now, they're lucky because they're probably going to get Dallas in the first round, and Dallas doesn't play any defense at all.
Speaking of teams that are indifferent about defense, that leads me to this. Mark Cuban, and we love when Mark Cuban talks because it means column inches and sound bites. Cuban has said that his team, the Mavericks, match up better with the Lakers than they do with the Spurs. What do you make of that? And does it make any difference even if he's right?
I think he's right. I think he's right because, again, the Spurs play defense. The Spurs will guard you. And the Lakers, they don't do it very often. So I think Dallas actually has a shot to be competitive in that series because Dallas is giving all pretense of playing defense.
That's kind of fun. I like what they're doing. They basically said, we're not playing D, we're pedal to the metal.
Yeah, we're just going to get 120 up and see if he can catch up with us. Now, the Lakers can score 120, but the question is, can they do it every night in a 7-game series?
Wilbon, as you know, has been on the Kings, off the Kings, on the Kings,
go back,
off the Kings.
On,
Where are you now? Where are you now on the Kings?
I don't think they play enough defense either, and Weber's playing on one leg.
They're just as bad
and
defensively as
Dallas.
So you have counted them out.
I don't see them winning the whole thing.
Okay.
I don't.
Phil Jackson is going to be on this show tomorrow. Do you want to pick against Phil Jackson today as a result?
I'm just saying, I have not. I'm off the Kings.
I understand that, but who's left?
Well, the Spurs.
So you're picking against the Lakers.
Spurs,
I just want to
Lakers in the
establish
conference
this.
final.
Are you picking against the Lakers?
Probably the Spurs, probably.
And you're with that, or you're with the Timberwolves?
Spurs, Timberwolves, I think, are the two best teams, and I think that they should wind up being in the final.
I'm not an idiot. I'm picking Phil Jackson because he's going to be on the show tomorrow because I picked the Lakers all the time.
Over.
Let's get two things out of you. Coach of the Year, and more importantly for Wilbon and me, Rookie of the Year.
Okay, Coach of the Year, I went with Jerry Sloan, and I'll tell you why. Because, to say Jerry Sloan did a great coaching job this year is redundant. He does a great coaching job every year. This year is just off the charts because of the number of players that you have no idea about that are on that team. Not only do you lose Stockton Malone, you lose Matt Harper, your best scorer, 30 games into the season. You're starting Carlos Arroyo and Raul Lopez, two guys who have never played big minutes at point guard. You're going with Andre Kirilenko as your best player, who is a borderline all-star at best. For them to have contended until the last 2 games of the regular season for a playoff spot in the West is ridiculous. And Rookie of the Year, as I wrote on the website, look, I wanted to vote for Carmelo Anthony. I really did, because I thought he had more impact. But when you look at what LeBron James had to go through this year, all the hype, all the expectations.
He didn't go through the West. He didn't go through the Western Conference.
He didn't go through the West. But for him to play at the level he played at, with all the light and heat on him, that nobody, I don't care who you're talking about, Magic, Jordan, Bird, Kareem, West, none of them had the hype on them that LeBron James did, and he persevered.
Good. You're with me on that.
Yeah.
We have the last question, and that would be the MVP right now as far as you're concerned.
Kevin Garnett, and I think that one's easy this year. I think Garnett has been the best player throughout the season. Career highs in points and rebounds.
Weren't you with Page all year?
After the first 25 games it's Kevin Garnett, and it ought to be unanimously. Not after what happened. You have to look at the whole season. But I'm still with Melo.
Thank you, David. We're taking a break.
Thank you, David.
Come back,
get some sleep.
We will talk about the effect that Tiger's fiance is having on the world's top-ranked player, but more importantly, we'll be showing a lot of pictures of her. Wilbon will love that.
Like that.
Pictures.
Lots of them.
See? Miss Hooker. Put down those horse tranquilizers, kids. It's time for Heads on Sticks. Let's get started. Mike, you give, I receive.
Only you take those tranquilizers so you can fly.
Here we go.
You were Roger Clemens.
Yep.
You looked great again last night.
Yep.
Why were you ever thinking about retiring?
I wasn't thinking about retiring.
Man.
I just said that. I wanted to get out of New York, and in all the national media, only Tony Kornheiser understood that I was faking it. Now look at me now. I'm 2-0. I've allowed 1 earned run in each of the games that I've pitched. I'm going to win 300 or 340, 350 games when I'm done. I'm going to be the best
Why
ever.
didn't you simply be a man and say, you know what, I'm not pitching in New York anymore. I'm going to Houston. I'm a free agent. Why did you do that?
I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, all the drama.
I'll tell you what. Because I'm the Rocket, and you can kiss my backside. That's exactly why.
That's your
excuse. The best ever.
If you're that bad, why do you have to fake it?
I'm going to catch
Why do you
Carlton.
have to fake her?
I'm going to catch Carlton. I've more wins than anybody in the last 50 years.
Yes, I will. Not catching anybody.
Here you go.
Who am I?
Oh. You are Gary Payton, and I am Hubie Brown. Reports say we had to be separated in the arena parking lot after a game last week. Why don't you fight someone your own age, you little punk?
Listen, I talk trash all the time. Okay, old man? I talk trash to my kid. I talk trash to my wife. I don't mean anything bad. I'm a friendly guy. In 1992, we played against the Dream Team. I talk trash to those guys. That's just who I am. That's where I'm from.
The young man,
I talk a little trash.
Payton, has no game. He cannot do the drop step. He
I got
cannot
the drop
rotate
step.
to the 4.
I can rotate.
He does not understand
I can rotate,
his
old
wing
man.
responsibility.
I got wing
The
responsibilities.
young man cannot play for me.
Hey,
the young man has no
I got to the
business
finals,
in the
Hubie.
game.
How many finals you been to, Hubie?
We have won 50
man?
games with no players.
You're
We
the
do
old
not
man.
need
You don't
the
know
young
what you're
man.
talking about.
Do not need the young man.
You like that Gary Payton head tilt?
Is it me? That's me. Ooh, I just broke the stick.
Well, you can hold it up proper right now.
I broke the stick.
Tony, you're Phil Mickelson.
Yep.
You slept in your green jacket.
Yep.
You wore it to the Tonight Show. Are you ever going to take the damn jacket off?
Let me tell you something. It took me a long time to get it. I was 0 for 46 in majors. Now, I finally got the green jacket. The U.S. Open's being played way out on Long Island at Shinnecock. Sea breezes, I'm going to need it. The British Open's in Troon in Scotland. It's cold. I'm going to need it.
Phil, don't tell me you can't afford a jacket.
What?
Ford, you're wearing their big thing on your shirt. Ford can give you a jacket.
It so happens that when I put on the green jacket, it covers up some of my stuff, if you know what I'm saying, and I look good in the green jacket.
I lost all the weight. I thought you lost all the weight already.
I don't want to wear that Ford thing. That's stupid. And what do you want me to wear, a thong? Let me wear the green jacket.
I don't want to see you in a thong, Phil.
I can win in the green jacket.
I don't want to see you in a thong.
I broke the stick. Isn't that terrible?
You're just pathetic.
That was
tear up
terrible.
the arts and crafts. Who am I?
You are Canadians player Mike Ribeiro. I got that right, Ribeiro? The Bruins say you faked. Stop. Tell me. The Bruins say you faked a serious-looking injury the other night in order to stop their momentum. How do you plead?
You can't even get my name right. You can't even get the name
What's
right.
the
Mike
name?
Ribeiro. I mean, what are you doing?
You're a
Look,
girl.
I'm the leading scorer of the most storied franchise in NHL history, all right? Last night, if I had faked, my guys needed a blow. My guys needed a blow, and I gave it to them. I did the soccer thing. I had a moment. I laid out on the ice. And if we had done that last night, we wouldn't have allowed that goal in the third period.
You're
By the
a
way,
hockey player. You're a tough guy.
my guys needed a blow. I took it one for the team.
What do you like,
Alexei
a soccer player?
Kovalev, my teammate, did you see what he did last night?
like
he
a-
faked that death thing on a
You're like
slash
a
to the hand,
soccer
gave
player.
up the puck and the
You're a
goal in double OT.
Baby.
Tony,
What?
you're Tiger's girl. Elin Nordgren.
Yep.
People are calling you the Yoko Ono of golf.
Yep.
Actually, they're calling you the really hot Yoko Ono of golf. Is that fair?
Well, it's fair that I'm really hot. It's not fair to say I'm Yoko Ono. I mean, I didn't break up Tiger the way she broke up the Beatles. Let's be fair about this. Tiger had dumped Butch Harmon before I got there. Tiger had stopped playing a lot of tournaments before I got there.
No, he
You can't
hadn't.
blame
He was
that
playing
on
a
me.
tournament or two
Listen,
more.
Jack Nicklaus, he got married, and he and his wife had like 43 kids, and he continued to win majors. So don't put this on me. My whole thing in life is to just look beautiful. How am I doing at that?
You're doing good.
Yeah,
You're
that's
doing
right.
good. But don't you want your man to win the majors, Elin? You want him to win? Keep winning?
In the Swedish Natty League, am I a territorial draft choice?
Yeah, but your twin
Am I hot
sister,
or
she's
not?
even with you.
And this is a bad thing?
Did you know she had a twin sister?
Time for a break. Doesn't everybody? But don't go anywhere because we still got to talk about that lovable little Larry Frank. And will The Bachelor do the right thing tonight? What's the right thing?
I don't know what the right thing is.
Get rid of the sister.
Is that the right thing? Do
I
you
don't
know
know.
her?
You always
You ripping her?
You always say
I say
they
that's
get
what's
rid of the
going to
sister.
happen. I don't say it's the right thing, you dope.
Do the right thing.
You know?
Radio Raheem.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by Guinness Draft Stout. Drink responsibly. Brilliant. And in part by the new Cheesequake Blizzard Treats from DQ. Mixed with rich chunks of real cheesecake. DQ won today.
Time to get happy. Happy 63rd birthday to Pete Rose. Somehow I just don't think it's working out for Pete the way he thought it would. He had a best-selling book, but now he may be further away from the Hall of Fame than ever. He's lost a lot of fans. It's like beach erosion.
Have you forgotten happy 18th birthday to Michael Philip Kornheiser? How about that?
Thank you for mentioning that.
Wow,
I wasn't going to do that.
Did you call him Mick?
No.
How many guys who can say Mishpuka would name their kid after Mick Jagger? How many?
Wouldn't happen. Happy anniversary, John Paxson. On this day last year, you were hired as Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations for the Chicago Bulls. How's that going? Took a 30-52 team, and going into tonight, he's 23-58. Fired Bill Cartwright, hired Scott Skiles, and they still stink.
You're a fool. Jerry Krause did that. Traded Elton Brand, traded Brad Miller, traded Ron Artest. That's the front line for the playoffs.
Ben Gordon, you're skipping your senior season at UConn to enter the NBA draft. Gordon led UConn in scoring all season ahead of even Emeka Okafor, 18 a game. Better in the tournament, averaging 21 a game. Hard to tell a kid to stay when he's won a national title.
He didn't lead him all season. Emeka led him all season, most of the season, so he got hurt, and then Ben Gordon passed him. And Ben Gordon was never coming back.
Should he go?
Yes, he should
Okay.
go. Win a
Stat boy,
championship.
what did we mess up?
Well, Tone, you blew your Clemens stat. It's 1 earned run, not in each game, but in both games. Just 3
total
hits
1
allowed
Only
total in 2
one
games.
hit in the first game did he allow?
Wilbon, Bubala, you want to move your Christmas dinner from 4:30 to 1:30. Here's the problem with that. That's Christmas lunch.
Yes.
All right?
Dinner. There's no lunch.
Look at
You
him.
don't go to
Do you
lunch?
think he only eats
1:30.
1 meal? We're running out of show. We go to the big finish. Lovable Lawrence Frank will reportedly be back as coach of the Nets next season. Good move?
It's all right. It's all right. What's his
It's
record?
all
lately?
right?
Michael Phelps won the Sullivan Award as the nation's top amateur athlete. Okay by you?
He's got every swimming record there is.
He
Either
does.
him or Diana Taurasi or Michelle Wee would be good. Mark Pryor threw off a mound today. You excited?
Were there batters there?
I
If
wasn't
there were
there.
batters there, I'll be excited.
I wasn't
Kevin
there.
Brown got his 200th career win this afternoon against Tampa Bay. Your thoughts?
He's got 196 of them this year against Tampa Bay. That's all the Yankees play is Tampa Bay. Every day.
Your
Tampa
boy
Bay.
versus your boy.
The Bachelor tonight. Here's the big question. Will the sister survive another cut?
I'll bet you a round of golf at Pebble Beach. She's nowhere to be seen.
Doesn't
no
get the
rose
rose
for the sister.
We're
no.
out of time. Try to do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
And I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow. Sports Center is next. Why Bonds may not pass Hank Aaron in a Giants uniform. I got
Come
a
on,
rose
Jesse.
for you. I got
Pick
a
the
rose
sister.
for you right
Pick
here.
the sister.
Get a rose from me.
One swing closer to the all-time home run king. Why Barry Bonds may not be able to break Hammer and Hank Aaron's record. Sports Center begins right now.
This is Sports Center.